This is one flight many are happy to see. Jason, Wilhelmina, and their 2-year-old son, Jaden, have returned to Canada after living in Haiti for the past 4 years and just recently living through the most deadliest earthquake in that country's history. And their family is happy that they made it through alive.
Praise God from whom all blessings flow.
A pilot with Missionary Aviation Fellowship, Jason's used to seeing people in need. But when last Tuesday's earthquake hit, he wasn't prepared for what he would see.
We just left utter destruction. I looked on both sides of my house, I looked over my gate, and I just seen walls tumble down, I seen houses crumbled, I see people yelling and screaming, running down the streets. I see just hopelessness.
The Krul family was home the afternoon the earthquake hit. Wilhelmina in the kitchen, Jason and Jaden in the living room.
Like our whole house was just going up and down, up and down. It was just like a waving motion.
The next day, Jason stepped outside for the first time to survey the damage and says he couldn't believe what he saw. Suddenly, his training as an EMT came in handy as he tried to help those he could.
Myself and another member went down to an orphanage that we had heard had opened up as a medical center. A lot of the hospitals were collapsed and there was just short staff everywhere. And so when I walked in there to see whatever help I could do, I was wearing a fire department shirt and they said, you know, we need you over here, come over here. And so I went in and I just was not prepared for what I was going to see. I've worked for several years with the fire department, I've done medical calls, but I'm not a doctor, I'm not a surgeon. And some of the things they had me doing, I was stitching up people, doing some severe trauma cases, putting limbs back in place.
But after a couple of days, Jason and Wilhelmina made the difficult decision to get their young family out of the country to safety as they watched whatever infrastructure was left deteriorate. A choice that was hard for Jason to make as he left his home behind.
I just cannot wait to get back. It was the hardest decision of my life to leave. There's just more than enough need, just too much need, and so I'm very anxious to get back for that.
And back to helping distribute supplies brought in by Mission Aviation Fellowship that will help the relief effort in the country. But while he awaits his chance to return, he continues to pray for those still left behind in the country he has grown to love.
I know that God is doing something. Nothing happens by chance. And so my first and foremost prayer is that through this, that Haiti will come to know Christ. And then secondary to that, that the aid would get to the right people, you know, and quickly.